I'm back. You just don't break, do you? Alice Walker said something similar.
I've learned a lot about caring about protecting my mind and my spirit from other people's garbage. And also to try to understand how the people who profit from our despair actually get a charge from the negativity. It is working for them because then we are where they would like us to be, which is depressed. But we are really smart. We have to believe that we are smart enough to take control of our health, our mental health, and our physical health. And part of that has to do with protecting yourself, to the extent that you can. Akhmatova, who was a Russian poet, said that if you swallow one line of bad poetry, if you swallow it, you will have indigestion the rest of your life. And this is also true about lies. If you accept and swallow one lie, you will have indigestion the rest of your life.
This is the space where we study ourselves to practice trusting ourselves. Today's episode, we are exploring roots as medicine. I'm still on my own journey. I'm not here to show you progress or result. I do want to document this chapter in the process at a time when our food is compromised and our health depends on the foods. Serendipity is that everywhere I have lived, without even knowing it beforehand, I lived next to either an Arab market or an international market. Growing up in Los Angeles, you could find international products at the John's Fresh Marketplace, historically known as John's International Marketplace. In Colorado, I lived down the street from Arab Market. When I lived in the Mission District in San Francisco, I lived across the street from an Arab market. And in October 2008, Altadena opened its very own King Supermarkets, an international market. It's a full circle moment going grocery shopping with my parents to buying international products on my own. They would be proud. All the roads lead back to my roots effortlessly. In February 2025, I turned to a healthy balance class, which was 16 classes through their Center for Healthy Living. And on page 16 of 156, there was a staple Egyptian breakfast. The description was listed as Middle Eastern food, and in parentheses had chickpeas and fava beans, and they noted the dish had tomatoes, cucumbers, and onion. The Egyptian version I know doesn't have chickpeas, but each Arab region has its own version of the dish. Welcome to the Arab world, where every region has its own way of eating some of our staple foods. Until this day, we still fight about how things are made properly based on our region. Before the lettuce recall, and quite frankly, a lot of the food recalls, been leading me back to my roots. Today, that road leads me back to buying Egyptian food, a popular Egyptian breakfast, and molokhaya. A staple Egyptian dish. International markets sell a variety of nuts and seeds, and my dad would often buy roasted watermelon seeds. As a kid, my dad would often take breaks from studying to watch basketball games, and I would sit right next to him, and he would have a plate full of a variety of seeds from the international market. His favorite were roasted watermelon seeds. Roasted watermelon seeds are rich in proteins, vitamins, potassium, zinc, and magnesium. I still love watching the game, but his roasted watermelon seeds are my bag of sunflower seeds, if we're being real. A real Egyptian basketball love story growing up in Los Angeles. Watermelon in Egypt is popular from the seeds to the fruit. Let me leave this disclaimer by saying I am not a doctor. I'm just sharing what I've learned if it's helpful, and think of it as a starting point to do your own research. According to the Cleveland Health Clinic, the benefits include hydration, rich in antioxidants. It supports weight loss, protects against chronic illness, supports eye health, boosts immune health. It can aid in exercise recovery. It aids in skin health. It improves digestion, and it helps manage blood sugar. And when I want natural sugar, I turn to watermelon and I turn to dates. And of course, as we all know, mangoes. And for a quick source of protein, I turn to hummus, which is made out of chickpea, foods that are embedded in the culture with health benefits. And on my Guyanese side, I started making my own hibiscus drink. In West Indian culture, we call it sorrel. They often drink it in special occasions like Christmas, and it also has health benefits. Thanks to my mother's Guyanese neighbor who makes the drink often and who shared the recipe with us. I buy all the ingredients from the international market, from the hibiscus flower to the spices. I know hibiscus hates to see me coming. I have always loved that drink. I order it whenever I see it on the menu without even knowing that I ever had roots connected to the drink. In Los Angeles, you can find it everywhere. And this isn't just a piece about my culture. It's a piece that highlights our roots and all the cultures that are connected through food, drink, spices. We are a people who love to share food and expose people to new foods if they're open to trying new cuisines. For example, let's talk about hibiscus. Hibiscus is native to Africa, most likely West Africa, and it traveled through the transatlantic slave trade, taking root in the Caribbean, Central America, Mexico, and beyond. There are competing theories about how it reached Colombia, Brazil, and other places that it's common in today. In Jamaica, they call it sorrel. They use fresh ginger, allspice, cinnamon, cloves, rum, and more. And in Guyana, we call it sorrel as well. It's made similar to the Jamaican recipe. And in Mexico and Central America, it's an everyday drink. It's known as agua de Jamaica. The literal translation is water of Jamaica. It's made with few ingredients, most notably flour, water, and sugar. According to PubMed Central, the NIH's public repository of peer-reviewed research, the most consistently reported benefits across trials are it lowers blood pressure, it lowers cholesterol and lipids, it lowers blood sugar, reduces body fat, it's kidney protective, anti-anemic, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory benefits. Here are these foods at our roots that naturally support our health, that are embedded in our cultures. I still love the bad foods for me from time to time, but I am trying to incorporate more of the good stuff. Still a Trader Joe's shopper, but I also hit up the international market. Both things can coexist. Takeaway is food from childhood was medicine the whole time. Today's reflection prompt, also in the show notes, what's one food from your childhood that you're now learning was medicine the whole time? Right now, revisit later, know your worth, and never trust anyone who tells you you are not worth what you have worked for. Mona Khalil, and this is Dear Mango.
Hello, sir. Would you like to try some chocolate hummus?
You say chocolate hummus? You know what you just did? You just insulted my grandmother. Yeah. The hell with your culture.
Lo siento, I did not know that hummus was Mexican.
It's not Mexican. It's Palestinian. You know what? There's a lot of misinformation out there. No, it's not your fault.
Do you always carry that with you?
Yeah, some people carry hot sauce. I carry olive oil. Not just any olive oil. It's Palestinian olive oil. It's next level. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait.
The pita's for the hummus.
That's not hummus. Would you put chocolate chips on guacamole? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, trust. All right.
It's not bad.
Uh-huh.
It's really good.